Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee, and I'm an artist, but I use my YouTube channel to share all of the things that I'm learning while I do my inner work. And just from my past experience working with life coaches and in the personal development world, I feel like I've done a lot of inner work on myself. So I use my channel to share that information and those practices, lessons that I've learned, and knowledge is power. So that's what my channel is about. And today I want to just touch on a few of the things that I've learned in the past few months. And I'm just going to touch on them, and I might make deeper videos about any of these topics in the future. So if any of these call out to you, definitely let me know, and I can talk more about any of these. But I want to just share like some of the key things that have really stuck with me over the past few months that I feel like every young woman should know. I feel like that's the majority of my audience, so that's who I'm speaking to in this video. But as always, take it as it applies, and the mission of my channel is to raise self-esteem of women worldwide. But I do believe that everybody can benefit from raising their self-esteem and having a positive self-image. So, yeah, let me know if the light and audio is better. I'm trying to make more of an effort of making my audio and like just overall aesthetic better. So is this better? Let me know. But yeah, so I'm not sure what I'll title this video yet, but here are just some things that have really stuck out to me, um, that I've learned in the past few months, downloads, if you will, that I'm going to be taking with me as I close off the year. And these are things that I knew to some extent, but I feel like their importance got kind of deepened, I guess, my understanding of these things. So I want to share it here. And they came up while I was journaling. So I'll just get into it. But before I do, if you're new to doing your inner work or you want to start your journaling practice, definitely check out my inner work journal, Wisdom in Dark Paradise. It's linked in the description down below, and it's a perfect place to begin your journaling practice. It's a 5-day guided journaling practice written by me that has prompts and also brief, like, spiritual lessons about wisdom. That's the whole mission of the journaling book, is to reconnect you with your own internal guidance. So if you want to learn more about that, it's in the description down below. And if you want to pre-order my newest offer, Empress of Esteem, my step-by-step guide and program on how to raise your self-esteem, then check out the link in my description for that as well. I'm going to walk you through and literally step by step all of the things that I've learned and implemented over the past few years that have really transformed my life and definitely my self image. So, if that speaks to you, the link is in my description as well. But here are some things that I want to share with you that I think will really benefit you in the long run by raising your self esteem and just overall improving the quality of your life. And these are a bit random, so I hope it makes sense, but I felt it was worthwhile to share. So the first thing, and I might have made a video on this at some point on my channel, but it's that beauty is high vibration. Like, beautiful things are high vibration, and that can be physical beauty, but like also your spirit, and how you look is related to how you feel, and it sends like a very strong message, not only to the people around you, but literally to yourself as well. And the reason that this came up for me, it was because I've been kind of going through the ups and downs of the aftermath of a breakup. And it became so clear that like when I'm not feeling well, I also don't present myself well. I don't look my best. And at first it feels like you're doing yourself a favor by letting go because you feel like you're relaxing and you just don't care. And it's like you have a little bit of relief from, I guess, putting yourself together. But eventually it gets old and you start feeling bad about yourself because you're not taking the time to care for your physical appearance. And, it's not, I lost motivation to look good for, other people. And like, I don't really care as much for that, but when I started noticing that it literally affects the way that I feel about myself and affects the way that I carry myself, I started to really make an effort to like take care of my looks again and like do my makeup, even though it sounds maybe a little bit petty, but like curl my hair, just take that extra few minutes in the morning and when I'm going out to look presentable and look my best so that I could feel my best and be my best. I got reminded of how important that is because I definitely let go just out of, not having just out of going through like a difficult time. I let that go, but I got it back, and the difference in how I feel about myself, most importantly, not just how I look, but literally how I feel and the way that it helped my mental health, um, is worth noting because it's harder to get yourself up and get your spirits up if you're literally neglecting yourself. And one of the ways we neglect ourselves is through our appearance. Obviously, there's other ways, but a quick like way to begin having that motivation to care for yourself and to start like moving on with your life is to take care of your appearance, whether we like it or not. So that's why I feel like beauty is high vibration because the way that you look affects the way that you feel, affects the way that you treat people, the way that you show up in the world. Like you're more likely to behave like the person you want to be when you took that time to care for yourself and care for your appearance and, you know, yeah. So that's just something I got reminded of. The other thing I've been thinking about is how important like the company that you keep is. And this is something that I know already and I've gotten reminded about this like time and time again. I remember I used to work at this health club and there was this guy who would come and he was kind of like an evangelist and he would do evangelism on like the subway and stuff. And I remember him like making it a point to me to always tell me that I need to be careful with my who my friends are because, friends are the people that like get you into the most trouble. And like he was an older guy and he was like, when I look back, it was the people I had around me, like my friends, my so-called friends that were basically enabling me and getting me into like all kinds of trouble. And he had a reform, he's an evangelist now, so he totally transformed his spiritual life and his life in general. And that was just something that he would always repeatedly tell me was to watch out for who my friends were. And it just reminds me how, like, just during the past few months, I started really thinking about that, like, how much the people that we have around us really impact us. And in the same way that your environment affects you and affects your mentality, the people around you affect you. And, even I would go as far as saying, like, if you're having problems with your self esteem, to watch for the opinion of the people, like what the opinion of the people closest to you is about you, if that makes sense. So, like, how are the people in your life treating you? Are they treating you like with respect? Are you content? Like, because the way that they treat you is how you're going to end up viewing yourself. And I have a video about this topic on my channel actually, but it's really important the company that you keep and the people that you hang out with a lot because they say we're the combination of the five people that we hang out with the most. And even if you think you're doing your part in like guarding yourself against maybe like, you know, bad habits or mentalities that you don't want, in one way or another, it really affects you because that's just human nature. So it is worthwhile to really think about who you're hanging out with and, cater that for your goals. Another thing I've been thinking about, I kind of have a little bit of a story, but I wonder if I should save it. Actually, I'll just tell you guys here. But another thing that I've really been thinking about is like, it's good to be different. And I'm a little bit biased, I guess, because I consider myself an artist and I feel like, you know, the strength of really creative people and artists is that they have this thing about them where they're just very different, but it works out for them because that's what makes them stand out, that's what gives them that appeal, you know and for some reason there's just like a disconnect for me sometimes where I feel like maybe it's also one of those things that's human nature, but you want to fit in, like you feel like you need to fit in to like be accepted, I guess. And I was just like thinking about how it's good to be different. Like, I saw this meme on Instagram that was like, don't follow the crowd because most of the times the crowd is lost. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's pretty true. And I think it's good to be different, but there's like cons and like negative feedback you can get sometimes from being different, whether it's in the form of bullying or just feeling like an outcast. But I feel like being different is a strength. And um, when you notice like a lot of successful people, you notice they're different. Like they have, and that's like kind of what helped them become successful in a way. Like that was their strength. So it's this thing because it's like almost like, society kind of encourages you to fit in and encourages you to like adapt to, societal norms or cultural norms. But at the same time, like the reward for being different is really great. And how, like, who wants to lose their like individuality? You know what I mean? Like being different is a good thing. And just to drive this point home, like in high school, um, I I was kind of bullied, I guess, and I always felt like that, like different and like I don't know. There's just like I'm just everybody is different, but like I don't know. I guess I stood out a little bit, and there was this girl who she would like not a traditional way pick on me, but she was like a mean girl. She even like stole my boyfriend at one point, like barely a boyfriend, but like high school drama like that happened. And I would feel like so weird, like I couldn't tell if she was like bullying me or if like I was doing something wrong, but of course, sometimes we just blame ourselves like as out of habit. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm weird. Like I don't know. And then literally like a year ago, she sent me a message out of nowhere apologizing for how she treated me and saying that she always wanted to be my friend. And I'm like, well, first of all, I accepted it and I really do accept it like sincerely, but it just goes to show like sometimes we're treated weird because we're different, but it's almost like out of just because you make people feel uncomfortable or I don't know, but you just sometimes you trigger people and you have no idea why. But I feel like I've come to understand that being different is a good thing and it's a strength if you can let it be a strength for you. And then when it comes to health and stuff, this video is all over the place, but I guess this is just my like wellness mind dump. Uh, and the other thing I've been thinking about is how to have more energy. I just wanted to like share some of the things that I've learned about things that have helped me regain my energy. And I feel like that's kind of the highlight of going through a hard time is that you now have a chance to like recreate yourself from the ground up, if that makes sense. So I had to like retrain myself into like good habits and like positive thinking again because it's almost like a factory reset when you're just like down and you have to get yourself up and moving and motivated and like having a vision for your life again and your goals, I mean, more so your goals. But if you don't have any energy, how are you even supposed to like have any motivation to get out of bed? You know what I mean? Like you need to have energy. You need to take care of your physical body. So I feel like I've learned that having no purpose makes you feel drained, and that you have to, if you don't know what your purpose is, or you don't feel like you have one, and you feel like this aimless, restless feeling, you have to give yourself a purpose, even if it's a temporary one. Like just create a goal and like do that goal. Give yourself some kind of structure, something to strive for, and 9 times out of 10, after you do that thing, you will get more energy. The perfect example is working out. You wake up. Do you want to go to the gym? No. But after your workout, how are you feeling? 9 times out of 10, you're feeling way better than you were before the workout. So that's just one of those things where you get the energy after you do it. And, scrolling. I feel like scrolling just takes so much energy. Spending too much time on social media really is like an energy drainer. Like it's just like a complete waste of time if you're doing it so often. And I'm like, it's not realistic to not spend time online at all. Like that's, it's out of the question for most people. But we have control over how long we're spending scrolling on our phones. And I've noticed that when I just like let go of the time and I just let myself scroll for however long, I feel worse after I do that. So stopping scrolling in general, or at least for long periods of time, is something that can help you get your energy back. that's kind of why I'm here making videos again, because I'm like, I'd rather make the videos and like put myself, like, just do something fun and creative and put my my own voice and my own ideas out there than constantly be absorbing other people's, because, you know, it's just more productive and more fulfilling. And it helps me feel energized. I feel way more energized after I make a video than when I'm just like watching a bunch of random videos given to me by the algorithm on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, TikTok is the best. I love TikTok, but at the same time, something I've noticed is I don't like how I'm not in control of the things that I'm seeing and absorbing, and those things stay with you. And of course, taking care of your body gives you more energy, and mental clutter, like, can definitely take away your energy the same way that physical clutter can take away your energy. So for me, an example of mental clutter that I was experiencing was food noise and ruminating over like a breakup, and just, yeah, just overthinking. Overthinking was my mental clutter. And how I found ways to regain my energy from that, journaling, um, talking to my friends, even if I'm talking their ear off, like, it still helps getting people's opinions. And after a while, you've talked it to death, you've overthought it to death, and you just start to put your energy on other things and your attention on other things, or you catch yourself and you're like, no, I'm not going to even start thinking that way. Like, I'm not even going to start. So that's kind of what's helped my mental clutter. Journaling is a really huge thing for me, and it's something that really has been helpful. And then physical clutter, like just cleaning up your space, you'd be surprised how much more lightweight you feel after you clean your room or clean one part of your house. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, it really does have this like adverse effect on you. Um, and then there are a few other things that I could touch on that I've learned, but I'll probably save those for another video. If you liked this video, definitely leave me a like, leave me a comment, and let me know if you checked out my journal, if you tried it out. I would always love to know your feedback. Leave me a comment. And it's called Wisdom in Dark Paradise. I highly, highly recommend it for anybody who is starting their inner work journey, who wants to start using writing to help them heal and, help as a tool in their mental health. Not saying it will solve all of your problems. It's not like there's nothing in this world that can do that besides maybe, like, besides God himself, but it's definitely a tool that you can use to help you have a better mentality. And what I'm really excited about is the journal that I'm working on for the Empress of Esteem program, because I'm going to have all of the journaling practices that I've used in the past few years in one place for people to use as a resource. And they're all going to relate to transforming your self image and your self esteem. So, if that speaks to you, you definitely don't want to miss it. The program is called Empress of Esteem. It's on pre-order now. And once I launch it, the price will be going up. So definitely check the link out in my description below. And yeah, I thank you so much for watching this video. If you have anything you want to add, then let me know in the comments. But I feel like this was just one of those casual videos where I kind of riffed and let you guys know what I've been thinking about lately, some things that have helped me, and just some, you know, ideologies and mentality shifts that have been helping me as well. So yeah, my name is Renee, and leave me a like on this video. Most importantly, subscribe and check out my resources in my description, be it my journal or my Empress of Esteem program, where I coach you on raising your self-esteem. I will see you in another video. Let me know what topics you want to see as well, and if you like my new setup.